All right, off we go. Our first best of three in the bottom left from Korea. Representing the humans, staying true to his race, is Chaemiko. And the top right, we have Infi. Multiple time world champion, legend of this game, one of the best humans in the world, but now switching to undead. It's Infi.
Infi followed your analogy from earlier, you know? It wasn't working out with the humans, so he went and found a new one. Here he's playing with the undeads. And he's been doing really well whenever he switches race to undead against humans specifically. Obviously, being a human player himself, he's going to understand the matchup at a far higher level than even some of the best undeads out there. And usually the way he plays is he grabs a Crypt Lord, he fast expands, and unlike many other undeads, he buys double blight, what is it called? Sacrificial Skull.
Really?
So he'll buy 2 of these, yes. And then, I mean, on this map, maybe it's not as important because you don't really have another really big camp. But for example, on Last Refuge, he would creep the Expo with 1, and then the Mercenary camp immediately after with the second one. And after that, he goes for Gargoyles, stays on 50 supply, and then he drops 2 Temples and 1 Slaughterhouse and transitions into Necromancers. And the 50 supply with Gargoyles is just so effective that usually you can find some damage, go for a little bit of a Peasant Slaughter, get ahead, and then finish off your opponent with the Necromancers.
Do you think he got inspired by Krav or Krav got inspired by him? Because this sounds very similar to Krav.
I think maybe he got inspired a little bit by Krav, but it feels like sometimes when Infi plays Undead and does this build, he does it even better than some of the Undeads out there. But yeah, he played on Europe for a while. A lot of people play Crypt Lord on Europe. He probably had to play against it quite a bit, and he was like, this is pretty damn good, I'm gonna do it myself.
And we see it here. Something that I also saw from Infi's games on War3 Champions was that he always takes the expo really fast. Some other undeads go for a green camp first into the expansion to have a bit of creeping right away. But here we see Infi going for the expo instantly. And with 4 ghouls, that is fairly easily doable. But when you do bring 4 ghouls, lumber is a little lacking, so the actual Haunted is getting slightly delayed. First we get the Ziggurat, and then of course soon will be coming the Narrow Tower, which is going to be a big help. Still waiting here for the Haunted, but Infi already moving across with level 2 Crypt Lord. Wants to put on pressure early. AM heavily creeping, not expanding yet, not expanding at all. He's 1 base taking him back.
Yeah, usually when you play like this, it means you're going to be pressuring quite a bit. Now the Crypt Lord, he's going straight for his main base. By the way, Archmage needs to be careful. You could get surrounded easily here.
There's no Arcane Tower yet over here, so he's going to have to defend this with Militia. This costs some lumber, but at least the tech has already started. Level 1 Beetles are not that scary yet. Oh, AM, as you said, could be getting easily surrounded over here. That is not being attempted, though. Maybe he thinks he's just going to fight out with that big heal potion. Could cost him some units. And I guess the main intention here isn't to threaten the AM so much, but to mainly buy time for the expansion, which is now halfway done.
I think there wasn't enough. Oh, there wasn't that many units as well. You know, if you have like 12 units in total, counting the ghouls, skeletons, and beetles, then it's more enticing to go for that. But now, Infi just played safer, and he's probably happy with where he's at. He's getting an expansion up super easily. He didn't go for the Necropolis on the Expo, actually. And right now, he's only made the 3rd Acolyte. So he needs to make the next 2 quickly and then start teching immediately, because when a human plays 1 base like this, there's a chance they're gonna do a very strong 1 base push. With Chaemiko and Sok, they are 2 of the humans that have been doing this super well against undead. Sometimes with Mortar, sometimes without. You need to be ready for when that comes.
Ideally, in that kind of situation with a push, you would like Mercs as well. But of course, on this map, we don't have Mercs at all, which can definitely be a problem when trying to deal with the Crypt Lord, trying to match his strength in the early game, maybe towards the mid game. But this Crypt Lord hasn't hit his power spike yet, still only level 2. There's of course the result of the aggressive play early, not creeping up more, whereas the AM is now extremely close to level 3. Needs 1 or 2 more creeps, then he'll be there. Plants a sentry in the main, he wants to see what's going on, wants to see a possible tech happening. Begins right now. But still gonna take quite some time until the benefits are wrought.
Ooh, is Chaemiko gonna do a small creep camp here to get level 3? If he was level 3 right now, he'd be getting on top of these ghouls and trying to kill some of them, but he's not. Yeah, so he's gonna do the Murloc with just the Archmage. I wonder where he goes after that though, because if you're Infi and you're in your main base, you got Blight to work with. You can just send back the injured ghouls to the back of his base, and none of them should really die if he micros appropriately. Chaemiko playing super scared back at home, by the way. Second Arcane Tower. We don't have a lumber mill, so he's actually gonna lack lumber a bunch. It's gonna be hard for him if he wants to go for a workshop and mortars.
Yeah, that second Arcane doesn't really seem necessary. He's playing aggressively, so he's forcing attention on that side of the map. He knows the Crypt Lord won't be getting level 3, so this seems overly cautious. But okay. MK is coming, Priests are coming, Rifles are coming. AM is finally level 3, but it's still only 4 footies here up in the north, and over time the beetles and towers and such will whittle these footies down.
So I think... Wait, is he just gonna push with Rifle Caster? Because there is only one Nerubian Tower? It's possible. Nerubian Tower, they don't do the most damage, and usually the Graveyard finishes very late in this matchup. We see it's not even finished here. So that means no Spirit Tower could have been started. Okay, the Archmage gonna get surrounded. Maybe he meant for that to happen, because he's got the potion. And now he can start killing ghouls.
Can he get out? He can, but there's another Impale. Ready as well. And that is a surround. This time he will have to TP out. How much can he kill in the meantime? Not too much more. TP well timed. Even saves the footies, which are killing one ghoul there in the back. But Acolyte saved. Lots of income still for Infi. Lots of gold, in fact. Necro coming. I'm expecting a second crypt somewhere. Oh, not yet, though. Just second shop and going Fiends. No Gargs. I guess in this kind of game, where it's just about holding on, it's smarter. Gargs more for the 2-base kind of style.
Yeah, I think it can be good here still, because if we think about the Crypt Lord, which is going to get level 3 eventually, the only thing that really counters that effectively is going to be Priest. If you go Gargoyles, you can snipe those Priests, and then the Beetles are going to do very well. But it's really hit or miss, right? If you get one single bad fight, if it didn't go as well as you thought, then suddenly humans going to snowball and you lose the game instantly. So going for Fiends is a little bit of a safer choice. But yeah, we do have the tier 3 started here for Infi. He drops one Slaughterhouse. Is that one more? Yeah. So he's like, wow. You're on one base, you're going Rifle Caster, I'm just gonna make a bunch of Abominations and kill you. And he's like, usually you get the Death Knight second every time like this, then you'll get the Lich as soon as you reach tier 3 and grab Orb onto that.
Yeah, this strategy is starting to look better and better for Infi. Able to be so greedy here to go tier 3. Now he's got the Crypt Lord. He was stuck on level 2 for a long time, but now has strong level 3. Would love to be level 4 as well. We have Beetles level 2 and Impale level 2, but that's going to be harder to reach. Chaemiko has to come in here with a big push and do a lot. All of his forces are super hurt already. He goes for a heal scroll. Feels like he almost has to use it outside of the fight. Priests are super low mana. They can't even dispel much at the moment. And it's looking rough for Chaemiko.
I'm really surprised he's not going for a Lumber Mill at all. Like he has the Gold Void is already on 50. But yeah, 2 Kit Towers in his inventory. He's got the Healing Scroll, he's got a Mana Potion. And he wants to deal some damage here. Clap level 2 is going to be great against the ground army, actually. He's even sending the boys on the other side of the map. He's pulling the boys. Militia coming in, the police. And now the double Arcane Tower will come in handy, actually, against the counter-attack.
Yeah, finally has some value out of those. The 2 ghouls here aren't high HP. The Arcanes will take out the summons. But without mortar teams, killing these towers is very hard. The Acolytes are, of course, repairing, buying time. Income is limited now for Infi, but he's got A-bombs on the way.
He didn't realize for the longest time that he was losing a lot back at home, so now he's using Militia. But he's already lost so many peasants, and now ghouls are gonna follow up this attack. And so many of those peasants are still injured. He's already on 1 base against 2, and now he's not even really mining anymore.
Oh, even a staff coming in. That's brilliant play from the Crypt Lord. Has a TP to get out as well, if he needs. More summons, more beetles, more skeletons. And it's forcing his staff back from the Mountain King. But what's he gonna do? He's stuck behind the wall.
He's locked. Oh no!
There's an opening actually.
Wow, nobody saw that. A secret passage.
The clap helps out.
He didn't have gold to remake a peasant, but so he's sending back the peasants that he had sent on the other side of the map. One of those cat towers is actually about to die here at the expo of Infi. It's Arcane Towers, and those Ziggurats are not going down.
Oh my god, so many peasants dying. Jesus. Crypt Lord is basically level 4 now.
That's the thing about Infi. Like I said, he's a human player usually, so he knows the main weakness of human, which is the peasants dying very quickly. So usually when he plays against human, no matter what race he's playing, sometimes he'll play random. He beat Chaemiko the last time that they played using random. He'll just go for peasant slaughter over and over. Don't tell me that Criplord walks out of there, by the way.
See you later.
Alligator.
Oh, summons one more set of beetles just to be a pest. And the MK has to deal with it. This is the saddest push of all time. This is 1 arcane and 4 rifles against the tier 3 undead. Bunch of towers here as well. Just waiting for the A-bombs to come out. It's getting stinky stink already. No A-bombs yet. Not that much gold here at the moment for Infi.
Yeah, actually,
there's
that
one
push.
A-bomb actually.
That push looks really sad, you're right. If I couldn't see the player's name and I had to watch this game, I would have been like, okay, well, this is Mr. Winner against like somebody.
Very good player, man.
Now.
The rifle savior. Alright, we have the triple hero. Mountain King. If there's anybody to save this game, it's him, but oh boy. That's a tough task. Unfortunately, he doesn't have many units by his side. Only 32 supply here for Chaemiko. Gets level 4 at least. Gets a fiend kill at least. But no chance anymore. GG! Infi does it with the Crypt Lord.
Oh boy. Guys, this was so one-sided. Absolutely outclassed, if you ask me. Ouch. This kind of hurt.
Yeah. You know, before the series, you said, I don't know if it's the right choice to pick on that against Chaemiko, and in my mind, I was like, what? But I think Infi showed us why it is the right choice.
Yeah. Played this really well, and Crypt Lord expansion works out. Very tough to play up against this. I think what we've seen a lot in multiple matchups holds true here as well. You need to know exactly the right build to play against Crypt Lord Fast Expo. That's either usually counter expansion quickly, or a lot of pressure early, from what we've seen mostly. This was neither. This was just creeping up for a bunch, and then teching, and then trying to push. But as you said, Infi knows exactly the weaknesses of it, abuses the peasants, and gets a pretty easy win.
Let's see if Chaemiko can come back on his map. That would be Echo Isles, and maybe that's a Chaemiko special with the Mountain King first. We're gonna figure that out in just 3 minutes.
Temporarily unable to cut
There
out the game.
we go with the second map of the day. The overlay is a little crooked. Sorry about that. Gotta fix it real quick as soon as I can tap out of the game again. There we go. Okay, map 1 goes to Infi. That was a very, very one-sided affair with this change now. We're already loaded in. As we said before, this is Chaemiko's map choice, and it's Echo Isles. Let's go.
Yeah, Infi there was looking good, looking fresh, looking spicy, solid and robust with the Crypt Lord. He played on Europe on War 3 Champions for quite some time, where the Crypt Lord is seeing a lot of play and overjoying the community there. Chaemiko perhaps doesn't have the most experience yet against the Crypt Lord. In my opinion, that's somewhat what it looked like right there. When you misstep against the Crypt Lord, it can very quickly lead to disaster, where the end of the expansion just seems to be unkillable. Chaemiko tried it with a one base push over here on the first map. Yeah, that didn't work out. He's going to face the same strategy, most likely again, looking very much like a Crypt Lord fast expansion. On this map, at least, I guess Chaemiko could easier counter-expand. You think that might be the better choice now for him?
Yeah, on this map, I expect him very likely that he's going to go for expand. We see the altar downwards. Yeah, he's going Mount Hacking, so he's going to probably creep the mercenary camp first, then expand shortly after. Interesting base from Infi. That crypt is like all the way out. And look, he makes the second zig at a position where, like, if you upgrade it, it's going to help cover the entire base. So maybe he's already anticipating in case there would be some sort of push to get ready.
Yeah, interesting. I like the chop in the back, protected there. The one ziggurat might be kind of exposed if a lot of footies come in. But usually he has a bunch of those. Yeah, Mountain King, interesting choice. And the clap can work out very well against beetles in theory, but only as long as there is mana. And if someone knows how to play around clap, it should be Infi. So if he splits his units properly, if he creates multiple threats, perhaps in multiple bases, the MK can oftentimes run into quite some issues when he can't connect with all of the enemy threats at the same time. And of course also his mobility, movement speed is a little bit lower. How do you see the MK first hero choice here against the Crypt Lord? Do you think it works out better than AM? Or what is your preference?
I don't think necessarily it works out better. It's good as well, but it has different strengths, right? Early on, if you have clap, obviously you're well covered against ground, but then eventually if those gargoyles come, and they should be coming, Mount Hacking not going to be nearly as good because you're supposed to go clap level 2. But against Necromancers, it's good to have clap in any case. So it really depends how exactly Undead plays and adapts to it. But yeah, you have different power spikes. Can you use them really well? I guess Chaemiko is supposed to know exactly how to. Gets a Ring of Regeneration, definitely one of the better items. That means he can also, while creeping, tank a little bit extra with the Mount Tanking and let it take the damage, because he doesn't have any Water Elementals to do that now. Ooh, that Footman in the main base? That's experience here.
That narrow.
That's level 2 actually, if you could kill that.
Yeah, but not quite gonna get it. Instead, we're gonna have the Crypt Lord in the middle, creeping at the Merchant up to level 2, does it well. Tanks the Berserkers with the hero. Piercing damage there, doing reduced damage. And once again, we have the early Ziggurat, turning into a fast, narrow tower, delaying the Haunted by a little bit, but will be covered by an aggressive Crypt Lord play, I guess, once again. Is that what we saw before? Good for the scout here in the middle. Chaemiko sees his opponent's whereabouts. And with that, should know that the Crypt Lord is still fairly far away from level 3.
When the Mountain King's coming in. Okay, never mind, he changed his mind. I think he realized the camp was almost done. Infi almost forgot the item for a second. Don't leave that tome behind. The chat will be really mad. And Mountain King won't get level... Actually, wait, he's not supposed to get level 3, I thought, from this, but he will. And that's big, actually. If you can start using clap level 2. But those peasants, they're still always exposed.
He's splitting them into 2 different groups, you see? So he's not allowing for the massive clap to come in. Very smartly done here by Infi. In the meantime, there's a ghoul run by a squad heading towards the main. Again, reminding me quite a bit of Krav. It's 4 ghouls only, so they can't completely slaughter all these peasants too easily. But this is going to cost a lot of resources to deal with this with Militia. And this is it. The MK now having to deal with 2 threats on his 2 bases. Very tough to do. You're pretty slow. You don't have water elementals to spawn. Infi is abusing this MK choice very, very well.
Oh yeah, the Mountain King was out of position for a second. Finally lands one of those He says that.
A player's forces
He thinks
are
he's the
under attack.
bodyguard and I'm the Whitney Houston because his bodyguard's protecting him.
Okay. But what was that song called again in the actual Bodyguard movie? Do you remember?
No.
Me neither. Long time ago.
I think we've settled that music is not our forte if we talk about some of these those classics, if you will.
Yeah, whenever I
help
play,
out Neo would know. He'd probably sing it on top of his lungs in the shower.
you know, Trivial Pursuit, right? The quiz game thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever there's questions about music, it's always like 70s and 80s music. I have never any idea what they're talking about. Or
Yeah,
also the category culture and literature, where they're talking about theater and plays.
I became a Warcraft 3 programmer when I was 17 years old. I don't know anything about anything. You can pick any subject. Even if you pick Warcraft 3, I don't even know the lore. So if you ask me about Warcraft 3 multiplayer, if there is somehow a quiz about that, then I guess I'll know. But I don't even have that good a memory, to be honest.
If someone can make that quiz, it's gonna be Demon, because he remembers everything. He's the elephant. Not in the room, but in the scene. What was I about to say? I forgot. Anyways, let's focus on the game. Mountain King here close to 4. That's not too bad. Infi was looking for holes in the defense, but pretty good defense here by Chaemiko indeed. He's got one more clap. Perfect position. Oh, hits it. But now out of mana. And now the MK suddenly isn't so scary anymore. We need to take a look at the techs as well. Chaemiko's tech just started. And yeah, the Unit's tech far ahead, as we see so often. Second crypt coming in. But only 2, not 3 crypts, or possibly even 4 crypts like we've seen before for Maskargs.
I'm surprised not to see boots on this Mountain King. It feels like he's so slow, he's like inoffensive. That's like if you saw a lion in the savannah and he can only move at the top speed of a turtle. Wouldn't be that scary, you can just say out of range, you know?
A player's forces are under attack.
For a lioness, it would be a problem. But I guess for the Lion Chief, it's no problem, right? Because he's just sitting at home, lazy, and all the women do the work and bring the food home. So in that case, I guess you could afford to.
Yeah, but he can't really threaten you, on the other hand. But then again, Infi is taking this fight because he sees no mana.
One ghoul's gonna go down, but his MK is also pretty damn tanky, by the way. Oh, clap is gonna be ready in a second. Look at that clap. 3, 2, 1. Oh, he levels up as well. TP will be forced here in the end. In fact, he might even die. The heal coming in. Level 1 Impale. Not long enough of a stun. TP is forced. Yeah, but there was some good kills. Some decent experience for the MK.
Yeah, it's always nice to power up to level 4 like this. Echo Isle is not a map on which there's too many creep camps. So if you can fight the opponent and get some good trades, head towards level 5. It's always really nice. I wonder what's going to be the second hero for Chaemiko. Usually it's between a Blood Mage and an Archmage. It really depends whether you want to use casters or not. If you want to use casters, then Archmage second is better. There is always the threat of Necromancers. And speaking of which, double Temple of the Damned and then Slaughterhouse. So Infi is doing the build that we've seen him do a lot. Yeah. Going for a few Gargoyles and then going for Necromancers after that.
And again, a great footman scout by Chaemiko. This is so important to make sure you find. The footy will die most likely in the process, but it's crucial to find this information and then adjust accordingly. So I guess the best counter to this would be AM second, Aura, Breakers and Priests.
I mean, he needs to see it first, ideally, but yes. It looks like double Sanct... Okay. Yeah, double Sanctum going down now, but no wood for Chaemiko. Oh my god. Why is he going for Masonry? You don't need Masonry, man. You need more woods. He queued the Lumber upgrade after that, but it's going to be really late. And that Mountain King not having boots is really pissing me off, to be honest. As it is you, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know, I love my boots. But with this, at least he has a lot of rings. If he doesn't get one from his favorite lady, then I guess he's going to buy them himself. Or find them. Gonna take on a temple here, which is actually not too bad. This is something we see very, very rarely. This will slow down the Necromancer tech, will buy him some time. It's gonna cost quite a few footies over here. Oh, he actually doesn't get it. That feels bad. And suddenly this just turns into an experience mumbo jumbo for the Crypt Lord. Could have even used the mana potion here to force an Impale, but he knew he could save it. The temple is safe and uses the Impale now.
He used it last second. He saw that the staff was going to be used, pops the mana potion, goes for the Impale. He's going to force a Town Pole. That's worth it. A mana potion is cheaper than a Town Pole.
Yeah. And against the gargoyles, perhaps you would like rifles, but against Crypto, you really don't want to play rifles, right? So I guess you go gyros, is that it?
Well,
A player's
there is
forces
only
are
like
under attack.
6 gargoyles or something. I feel like you can almost ignore them. But yeah, usually you do need flying machines eventually. I cannot believe there is no castle. He has the wood now. And if it starts that breaker, by the way, it's going to be on 51 supply. And that could be the only thing that pisses me off more than not having boots on the Mountain King.
Did you notice for a second or two yesterday in ESL Meisterschaft you were at 81 supply, Todd?
Yeah,
I couldn't
actually,
believe my eyes.
I killed a peasant instantly at my expo. Or I queued it, but it was like only 1 arcane and a guard. So it takes a while. But I realized it instantly, believe me. I was like, ooh, like, my body hurts. You know, it's weird.
No mercy for the workforce. I guess we know who you would be voting for. Into the middle we go. Marketplace time. Oh, Pendant of Energy. Did he buy it? Hells yeah, he did.
A greater mana here would be the dream. Let's see, Infi's moving in. He's already hitting a timing. Infi's at 51
dude,
supply.
I'm starting to believe Neo's unscientific logic of mana potions are just rigged. We see so many of them. Ooh, hammer time.
Okay, Mountain King actually is completely out of mana, so he's gonna need that potion in a sec. I think this timing might be hitting him way quicker than he thought. I mean, to be honest, it's very early. And I think Infi's reading the game really well. It's like, oh, you emptied the clip kinda early with this Mountain King. I'm gonna punish you for it.
This is pretty, not necessarily super all-in, but this isn't the greatest transition here that Infi's gonna have. He's on single hero only. No DK, no Lich. If this push is thwarted easily, Infi's gonna be in a tough position.
Yeah. Chaemiko broke up keep. Dude, that clap was underwhelming.
That clap was horrible. He used it way too early.
What is going on with this series? Chaemiko's playing weird, we're agreeing on everything. Use the mana potion.
clap that.
370 mana back, oh my god. I guess he wants creep core level 6. Let's pay attention to the experience. He just got level 5.
I really don't understand why he didn't add a DK. He absolutely had
Chaemiko's
time
supply
already.
blocked 54 out of 54. Oh my god, he's starting 4 farms at the expo.
Oh, good damage on the clap. No unit cap here.
Too bad he
Thank
didn't hit
goodness.
here. That's not, needs to lobby a little more.
Now he has level 3 clap, and that is doing good damage. Mana on the Necros isn't too high anymore, by the way. There's only 1 statue here, which seems like a bit of an oversight. Where's the Mountain King? There he is. A little low HP. Would love to have a Paladin. Could start the Paladin, and, well, actually, he holds on here pretty convincingly, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, the push is still going. Like, the 3 Vagans, oh my god. They have +1 attack. Look at that castle.
He doesn't have Disease Cloud, very surprisingly.
It's so hard to counter this because it feels like he needs to get flying machines to counter the gargoyles, but he also needs mortars, ideally, right, against this.
4 wagons. Jesus. How does he not have Disease Cloud, though? What the hell?
Yeah.
Chaemiko somehow needs to get on top of these wagons, but... Oh, 1 wave of Blizzard, not more.
Hey, he went Blizzard 2 as well instead of Brilliance level 2. The castle, oh my god. Okay, Vagans attacking units now. He's finally got Disease Cloud. The Archmage taking a lot of damage. He's got a healing scroll. He gets impaled. Mountain King still got mana for 1 more clap here. Chaemiko, can he hold? Creep Lord 5.3. Hasn't gotten that much experience, but he's about to kill a whole lot more units.
Oh, these wagons. He's ignoring the wagons. Great Blizzard here, though.
I think there's no magic control.
No shop in the main is definitely a bit of a mistake by Chaemiko. There should be one over here, kind of where he's standing right now.
Okay, there it is. Magic control. He's gonna start stealing those beetles.
Yeah, but the castle's gonna die. Bye-bye.
Oh my god, the Vagans. Gets 1. But the castle is gone, as you said. Chaemiko needs to restart that main ASAP. Oh, yeah. he never started. Oh, no, okay. So Pala is there. Mountain King taking a lot of damage.
Steal the
Needs
beetles.
to be careful.
Mana is low, though. Maybe he doesn't have enough mana anymore.
Oh, the Archmage. Oh my god.
He's gonna hold it.
Clap.
Oh!
Oh, he stopped blizzarding too early. He would have killed at least one more Necromancer. Everything is red for Infi, and he gets out. Chaemiko needs to re-expand up there.
Players' forces are
And now the
under
question
attack.
is, does he push, or does he try and creep whatever is left on the map? Because there isn't much. It's just a corner at the bottom, the big turtles. That supply block was so bad, by the way, by Chaemiko. If that doesn't happen, I think he gets a more comfortable hold, and then we're looking at a very different game.
So now he doesn't have tier 3 anymore. What does he really miss right now? Potions? He can still make breakers, right?
Yeah, he never had time to buy staff or orb. I think orb is not super important against this, but staff is always just so amazing.
He also started master before the castle died. That's very good.
Yeah. He's gonna keep the camp down there. I think Chaemiko just needs a couple more priests here, ideally, against Disease Cloud in particular, to keep his army somewhat healthy. But, like, you know there's gonna be a follow-up push. It's all about getting ready for that. And we see the Mountain King is not necessarily replenishing mana that quick. I think it might have been better to just go Aura level 2, because it not only would benefit the Mountain King massively for the mana, also the third hero, the Pala, would have a bunch more Holy Lights. Whereas, like, now we see, like, Mountain King really replenishing mana very slowly, so he staffed to the Expo,
Players' forces are under
grabbed the
attack.
Clarity, used it. Ooh, one of those breakers taking a lot of damage. Not from a Moloch.
Oh, everything's dropping so low. Regen scroll. But here comes the push. The Necros are at it again. You know, when I expressed my concern about Necros, people were saying, Remo, what are you talking about? Necros are never played. They're so bad. But they haven't seen Craft and Infi games yet. Now they do.
Or even Side. When Side used Dreadlords into Necromancers, that's still a very scary build, by the way. It's just that it's supposed to not be as good as Crypt Lord or Standard Play, so we don't see it as much. Oh my god, this Clap Blizzard is going to be huge. But the Impale also is. Everything of the human is clumped up.
AM level 4, that's very nice. MK
Vagans,
close
the
to
Vagans.
6.
Oh my god, he's not moving the Vagans.
Oh my god, that clap was amazing. Heal scroll against it. MK is level 6, but he can't go ult. He doesn't have the mana for it. And the Disease Cloud is really going to work over here. Everything dropping so low. And now there's 3 statues. Now there's so much mana sustain for these Necros.
There's a Clap, but Mountain King is really low. Where are those Dispels?
These priests are completely dry, out of mana. That level 2 brilliance was lacking for a long time. And it's GG. 2-0 for Infi.